What is sales really all about? And what is all this talk about selling high ticket or premium? And does it really matter if we sell premium items or if we sell cheaper items? Does that affect the way we sell? Hi guys, my name is Eddie. I've been an entrepreneur and a businessman for more than 40 years. I've built up 7 and 8 figure companies in the fashion world. Today I coach people in business and life, and I want to bring a little bit of my experience into this subject of selling high ticket or premium. I've sold my whole life high ticket items. I've sold my whole life premium fashion. The thing is that most people think that you sell premium and you sell lower ticket items the same way. What is sales and what is not sales? Let's start with that. Sales is not trying to push your client to buy. It's not all kinds of stories that you're selling him to try to convince him. That's not the right way to sell, especially if you're selling premium items. So let's talk for a moment, what is sales? Sales is basically serving the person in front of you, finding out what his pain points are, finding out what he needs, finding out what he wants. And the only way you can find out is by asking questions. Now, a lot of people ask questions and they go through some sort of a script. Nothing wrong with a script, even though I myself, that's not the way I used to sell or the way I used to teach my teams how to sell. I think selling is more like an art which could be taught, but it has to flow. In other words, you can use a script, but I think you have to be very attuned to the prospect, to the person in front of you, and understand where he or she are coming from, and then ask questions which are relevant to what they're saying. And then a lot of people screw up on the next step. They don't listen to the answers. They ask questions, but they don't listen. Now, if you really listen, deeply listen to what a prospect is telling you, you'll get a lot of information. And then you'll see if you can really fit their needs. And if you can, great, you don't have to convince them. Then you just have to maybe suggest or show them what you have and explain how that can fit their needs or solve their problems. And the only thing is that most people keep talking and talking and talking. So what happens is the prospect sort of shuts his mind out to all the talking, and then you lose him. We have to know how to sell from a very delicate, soft way. I know it's not really the way most people are taught. Many people, especially in certain industries, like in the car industry, they're taught to hammer, boom, 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 get the sale, pump it up. Okay, I understand. It could be in certain industries that works. But even in the car industry, maybe you can sell a car which is on the cheaper end of the line. But would you be able to sell a Bentley that way? I don't think so. I think if a person is looking to buy a Bentley and you work in the showroom, a man comes in, you don't start hammering him. You give him space. You greet him. You say, I'm here if you need me. After maybe a couple of moments, if he's looking at one of the cars, you move up to him and just would say very casually, looks like you're interested in that one, or looks like that one caught your eye. And then shut up and wait for the other person, for the prospect to engage with you. And not only that, but one of the things which I've used very successfully in my business 30 and more years ago, I used to sell very high-end cowboy boots in the end of the 80s, beginning of the 90s, when it was really, really fashionable. We used to sell cowboy boots which were retailing for more than $1,000. Easy. And many times somebody would ask me what the price of this boot is or that boot. And even though I knew the prices in the middle of my sleep, I would sort of like say, I'm not really sure. I don't know. This could be like 1,200 or maybe that one's 1,200. Maybe this is 1,500 or this is 850. I'm not really sure. But if you want, I can check it for you if it's that important. Now, when you say it that way to somebody, coming from a place in which you're not needy at all, you give a sense of relaxation to the other side. And the client understands that you're not here to push him. And the more you relax, the more the client relaxes. So, let's sum up again the main points of selling high-ticket items or premium items. The most important thing is to serve, to come from a place of service, not to come from a place that, okay, I got to make the sale. I'm going to push the guy. I'm going to convince the prospect. I'm going to push it down his throat. I don't care what he says. That's not the way to do it. I don't think it's the way to do it in any sort of item, whether it's high ticket or low ticket, but definitely not in a premium. In high ticket items or premium items, you have to come from a total different place, a place of serving, not from need. I cannot project any neediness to my client. So when I come from a place of serving, I want to get as much info as possible. So, serving, and then how do we serve? By asking questions. And after we ask questions, we ask the next question, which depends on what the client said and not on some sort of script. And the most important thing is to listen. To listen to what the clients are saying to us. Because through listening, we'll understand really what they're looking for. There's more to that, but I think that's the real basis of any good sales. Listening, asking relevant questions, and coming from a place of curiosity. Not having some sort of dogma in my head or some sort of script, and I have to go this way and that way, and I have to go through the whole thing. And one maybe last thing, which is super important, especially when we're dealing with premium items. Don't go past the sale. So many salesmen, I've seen this years, they go past the sale. In other words, the client already made up his mind or her mind to buy. And sometimes they even say it. Okay, I'm going to take this one. And the salesperson continues his pitch. He continues to sell. And not only that, a lot of times you lose the sale in the end. So listen, guys. If you need any help, you can always send me a comment. I'm happy to answer any questions. And I think if you take it to heart, what I'm telling you and what I'm advising you, I think your sales will improve drastically. So go ahead and sell from a place of service.